You are walking around with a biological fortune. 200 compounds. 200 keys to a version of yourself you haven't met yet. This is the manual for your biological engine. Over the next 15 minutes, we will unlock the secrets of your own power. Science has finally caught up to what the ancients knew. This isn't just fluid. It is a concentrated essence of masculinity, power, and raw potential. It is the fuel for the fire of creation. What happens when you stop the leak? What happens when the chemistry stays inside? The answer will change your life forever. Stay with me. We are diving into the abyss of your own potential. Let's talk about zinc, the engine of your testosterone. When you retain, your body stops losing this precious mineral, fueling a silent revolution within your cells. It is the bedrock of your dominance. Your levels rise, your voice deepens, your confidence becomes an unshakable wall. This is the first step toward the power you were born to hold. The lion within begins to wake. Then there is phosphorus and lecithin. These are the building blocks of your brain. Retaining them creates a mental clarity so sharp it feels lethal. Your mind becomes a precision instrument. Brain fog vanishes, anxiety dissolves. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You become the predator, not the prey. The city belongs to those who see clearly. This is the process of reabsorption. Your body recycles these 200 compounds, sending them back into your blood, your bones, and your spirit. It is a biological closed-loop system of power. You grow stronger, your recovery speeds up, your eyes take on a piercing glow that people can't help but notice from across the room. Your physical vessel becomes a temple of discipline. This is where it gets interesting. Attraction. It's not just looks. It's the biomagnetic energy of a man who is whole and overflowing with life. It is an unsaid command of presence. Women sense the strength. They sense the discipline. You become a magnet for attention, for luck, and for the high-value life you desire. Your aura is your calling card. But the first 7 days are a battle. Your brain is craving the dopamine hit. This is where the weak fold and the warriors are forged. Stay focused. The forest is dark, but the light is coming. But this isn't just about chemistry. It's about time. 90 days to a total biological overhaul. Let's look at the timeline of your transformation. The clock is ticking toward your new self. Day 30, your new baseline. The reabsorption process is now a permanent cycle. Your presence is heavier. Your voice has a new resonance. You have reached the first true peak. The social effects are profound. People treat you with a new level of respect. They can feel the gravity of a man who owns himself. You no longer need to seek validation. It is the spark of creation itself. When you retain, you are holding the fire of the gods. Use it to build a life that echoes in eternity. You are a biological legacy in motion. Isaac Newton, one of the greatest minds in human history. He chose a life of total retention to fuel his intellectual breakthroughs. His focus was powered by his own restraint. Let's look closer. Sodium and chloride, essential for your nerve impulses. Retaining them means a faster reaction time and unshakable steadiness. You become a statue in the storm. Lactic acid and urea. Even these byproducts are recycled into physical resilience. Your muscles recover faster. Your stamina becomes legendary. You are building a vessel for greatness. Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate polymath. He understood that creative fire is directly linked to the energy of your own biology. His masterpieces were fueled by his internal drive. The feedback loop is real. As your receptors become more sensitive, every milligram of testosterone works twice as hard. You are becoming a highly efficient machine of masculinity. Your posture changes. You take up more space. You aren't just seen, you are felt. This is the aura of the man who owns his desires and directs them toward his purpose. Emotional stability. You are no longer moved by the trivialities of the world. You are the rock. You are the eye of the storm. Nothing can break your focus. Fructose and glucose, high-octane fuel for your cells. Retention gives you an energy baseline that most men only dream of. You never run dry. You are always ready. The modern visionaries know this secret. The focus required to change the world requires every drop of energy you possess. Don't leak your vision. Protect your fire. Vitamin C and B12, essential for immunity and mental drive. Retaining these compounds builds an internal shield against the modern world's stress. You are protected from within. Mike Tyson. In his prime, he lived in absolute retention for years. That ferocity, that speed, that unshakable power, it was fueled from within. He was a force of nature. Resilience. You welcome the challenge. You crave the battle. Because you know your armor is forged from 200 biological compounds. You are unbreakable. Your eye contact becomes a weapon. It is steady. It is intense. It speaks of a man who is whole and dangerous in his discipline. You speak without saying a word. Neuroplasticity. Your brain is rewiring itself to seek accomplishment instead of cheap pleasure. You are being re-engineered for victory at the cellular level. 1 year of retention. You are a biological legacy, a man of ancient power in a modern world. You have claimed your fortune. The journey is only beginning. Glutathione, the master antioxidant. It prevents cellular decay and keeps your body in a state of perpetual youth and vigor. It is the fountain of youth found inside you. Michelangelo. He channeled his massive creative energy into stone, creating masterpieces that still breathe centuries later. He knew the cost of a leak. He chose the chisel. We return to zinc. It is the primary building block. When reabsorbed, it doesn't just sit in the blood. It transmutes into raw willpower and physical drive. It flows upward to the spirit. The alpha frequency. It's not about aggression. It's about gravity. Your presence is so dense that the world has no choice but to adjust around you. You are the center of your world. Potassium. It keeps your nervous system cool under fire. While other men panic, you remain a statue. Your biology is built for the high-stakes moment. You are calibrated for pressure. Tesla. He saw the future because he wasn't wasting the energy of the present. He understood that the human body is a receiver for cosmic power. He tuned his body to the universe. Calcium and phosphorus. Together, they form the bedrock of your bones and your brain. You become a literal pillar of strength in a world of glass. You are the foundation, the magnetic pull. It's a biochemical invitation. Women are biologically hardwired to seek out the man who carries the highest concentration of vitality. It is an irresistible force. The cold water baptism. It's the reset switch. When the fire of desire burns too hot, the cold forces the energy back into the marrow of your bones. It is the ritual of the warrior. This is the master path. It is long, it is difficult, and it is the only way to claim the biological fortune that is your birthright. Stay strong. Your destiny is waiting in the silence. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy. He believed that the discipline of the body was the only way to reach the clarity of the soul. He held the cup of knowledge with steady hands. Sulfur, the internal purifier. It keeps your system clean, ensuring that the 200 compounds are never contaminated by the toxins of a weak life. It is the fire that cleanses. Plato. He spoke of the ideal man, the one who ruled himself before he ruled others. That rule begins in the biology. It begins in the marrow. He was a titan of restraint. Inositol and choline, brain food that dissolves anxiety. Retaining these means a level of mental peace that makes you untouchable. You are the master of your own thoughts. The high priests of ancient Egypt. They guarded the secret of life force with their lives. They knew that the ankh was not just a symbol, but a biological reality of retention. Iron, the metal of the will. In retention, your blood becomes rich with the intent of a conqueror. You feel the iron in your soul, making every decision final and absolute. The medieval knights. Their vows were not just spiritual, but physical. They understood that to protect the kingdom, they first had to protect their own internal fire. They were iron men. Ammonia and citrates, the chemical sparks of your metabolism. Retention keeps the fire burning bright, ensuring that your biological furnace is always at the perfect temperature for creation. The Vikings. Before the raid, they entered a state of total biological focus. Their rage was not chaos. It was the directed energy of a man who was full of his own power. Amino acids, the building blocks of life. In retention, these are recycled into the architecture of your brain and your character. You are literally building a better version of yourself. The samurai. They spent years in the pursuit of the edge. They knew that the sharpest blade was useless if the man holding it was empty. They were full of the energy of the gods. Creatine and carnitine. The physical power compounds. Retention maximizes their presence in your muscle tissue, giving you a level of raw strength that feels like it's coming from another world. The gladiators. In the silence before the fight, they knew that their only ally was the chemistry they had protected for months. They fought with the power of their own restraint. Vitamin E. The compound of vitality. Retaining it gives your skin and eyes a healthy magnetic glow that communicates your power to the world before you even speak. It is the aura of health. The Tibetan monks. They mastered the inner fire, the tummo. They knew that the energy of creation could be used to heat the body and the spirit. They were masters of the internal alchemy. Phosphorus. It is the literal spark of your intelligence. Retaining it means your brain is firing at a higher frequency. You see the connections that others miss. You are ahead of the game. The Shaolin. They built the iron shirt, a body that could withstand any blow. That iron was forged in the fire of retention, making their bones and skin as hard as steel. They were internal titans. Lecithin. The fat of the gods. It protects your nerve endings and fuels your memory. In retention, you are feeding your brain the highest quality fuel available in nature. You never forget. The Spartan kings. They were not just leaders. They were the embodiment of the law. That law began in their own bodies. To command 1,000, they first had to command themselves. They were absolute. Zinc. We return once more to the core. It is the most precious of the 200 compounds. To lose it is to lose your edge. To keep it is to keep your future. It is the treasure of the retained man. The final lesson of the master. Power is not in the strike. It is in the restraint before the strike. The man who can hold his own energy can hold the world in his hand. He is complete. Calcium and carbon. The bedrock of your physical being. Retention weaves these into a structure that is immovable. You become a monument to your own discipline. You are the stone. 6 months of retention. You are no longer human. You are a titan. Your biology has been rewritten. Your spirit has been tempered. You are ready to conquer anything. The world is yours. Vitamin C and B12. The immunity compounds. In retention, these build an unshakable shield around your health. You are protected from the decay of the modern world. You are a biological fortress. The meditating kings of old. They knew that the throne was a burden that could only be carried by a man who was full. They ruled from the center of their own internal power. They were absolute. Citric acid, the fuel of the cells. Retention maximizes your cellular energy, giving you a baseline that is 10 times higher than the average man. You are untiring. You are a force of pure energy, the breath of fire, learning to move the energy through the lungs and the blood. This is how you control the 200 compounds. This is how you master the surge. It is the breath of the warrior. 2 years of retention. You are no longer just a man. You are a biological legacy. You carry the energy of an entire lineage within your own blood. You have claimed your eternal fortune. Stay strong. Every drop kept is a brick in your temple. Every day is a battle won. You are the master of your own spirit. If this spoke to you, hit like, share it with a brother, and subscribe. Use the thanks button to support the mission. Stay strong. Stay retained.